In the times that we feel the most lost or overwhelmed or upset at ourselves, that's when it's the most important to be reminded of our higher selves and to be open to seeing who they truly are. So let's explore how to meet your higher self and who is your higher self. When I want to tap into my higher self, the one who motivates me and inspires me and helps me remember the miracle of my life and everything that is unfolding. I remember that she exists within me. I remember that although I'm a human dealing with the mundane problems of life, all the intricate annoyances and bothers that bother all of us in many various ways, I remind myself that there is a different part of me too, a part of me that transcends the suffering, a part of me that is connected to a higher wisdom and holiness and goodness. And I'm sorry if this triggers you, but I remember my intuition and the superpower of that. And I remind myself too that I am worthy of experiencing joy. Along with working hard and attending to my responsibilities and all that is included in being human, I also get to experience joy and not feel guilty. And my higher self loves all of that. And she shows herself through all of that. So it's very simple, as you see. All we need to do to remind ourselves, all we need to do to reconnect to our higher selves is to remind ourselves of those fundamental truths of our being and of our worthiness that sometimes we can forget or bury down when the stresses and burdens and anxieties of life and the material world feel too overwhelming. But this channel is dedicated to your liberation of this material world. It's dedicated to your expansiveness. And part of that is being able to call on the superpower of your higher self. And your higher self can only exist and thrive in an environment where there is inherent love, there is inherent worthiness, and a safe space to follow your own intuition and the own divine guidance that you have in your heart space. On this channel, I also talk a lot about mind, body, heart, and soul, and the integration of all of that. All of that is very important. So to be reconnected with the higher self, the higher part of who you are, anytime you want, remind yourself that they are within you. Every human, no matter how foreign that higher self feels or how much shame that we need to release around it, it's accessible. So remember that it is there. And given that it is there, we can draw it out by creating a safe and unconditional space for it, by being in a space of self-love, of self-esteem, of self-confidence in our guidance and our decision-making and our intuition. All of this is very important in the modern world with the ever-growing power of capitalism, many dopamine distractions, and many systems of power and ego-driven hierarchies. It's very important for us to reconnect with who we are at our core, unconditional of any other circumstances, to be able to call in our higher selves. Who that person is emerges when you let go of judgments and preconditions that you made on yourself. When you expand past your limiting beliefs and be open to seeing your highest self as they truly wish to express. And the highest part of ourselves, because it's grounded in unconditionality, unconditional self-love, inherent self-worth, it will not set limitations on itself. It won't set conditions on itself. So don't set those things on your higher self either. Just be open to experiencing, meeting the true essence of who you are. We all have shadow sides. We all have the best part of ourselves. As humans, as part of the natural world, a lot of things are constantly in force, in motion, and thus require balance. Balance is also something I love to talk about on this channel, so there's definitely other videos on the topic of balance if you're interested in that. In the times that we feel the most lost or overwhelmed or upset at ourselves, that's when it's the most important to be reminded of our higher selves and to be open to seeing who they truly are. And so hopefully this video found you at a good time and gave you some inspiring but also effective ways to really connect with that best part of yourself, with that highest part of yourself who lives in the unconditional space of self-love and acceptance. subscribe, and I will see you soon on my channel.